Good morning, everybody. Dr. Sadat here. Wanted to touch base on something that's a recurrent theme in my post, and that's blood sugar. So I wanted to talk about your markers in your blood, namely hemoglobin A1C, also known as your A1C, and your fasting glucose and your postprandial glucose levels, in addition to your estimated A1C. So, and there's various other tests that we can do as well to monitor and analyze your blood sugar. So when you deal with your A1C, okay, your hemoglobin A1C is basically telling you the percentage of glycosylated or glycated hemoglobin. Okay, so your sugar, when it gets high, it will start attaching to your hemoglobin, and it can tell us if you're over the 5.3 as a functional medicine practitioner, or over the pathological level, which is 5.7 percent of glycosylated hemoglobin. In addition, your fasting blood glucose, which functional medicine would say we want it to be between 75 and 86, whereas pathological or allopathic medicine would say it's okay to be between 65 and 99. Now you can see 65 and 99 is pretty broad, whereas 75 to 86 is a lot more narrow. So therefore we're able to analyze when you're heading towards dysfunction before you actually get towards the disease, which at that point, hey man, now you're getting treated with metformin and potentially insulin if you have insulin resistance, or your receptors can't recognize the insulin for various reasons, like type 2 diabetes. So, or type 1 diabetes, I'm sorry. So I want you all to think about blood sugar as a necessity to life, because your brain needs a constant supply of blood sugar. It needs a constant supply of oxygen. So that's why your heart needs to constantly be able to beat efficiently and effectively. And various things affect other things. For instance, if you're having atherosclerosis due to high lipids and oxidized lipids in your blood vessels, and that's creating the athero and arteriosclerosis, which is the plaquing and hardening of your blood vessels, well, that's going to affect how that sugar is able to get to your tissues, able to get to the cells, able to be metabolized to form ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which is energy. Okay, that's the purpose of sugar, of glucose. In addition, once you have high sugar content, well, it's going to get stored if you're not burning it off. And it's going to get stored as glycogen in the muscles and liver, and it will get stored in the fat cells in order to utilize that later on. So when you're exercising, those fat cells are mobilized in order to burn up glucose, in order to form glucose. And the same thing with glycogen. So having a sedentary lifestyle will affect how your body functions, and it will affect this whole dysglycemia, or this whole blood sugar regulation in the body. And the body is pretty efficient, but when you beat the body up and you don't take care of it, it will not take care of you. Therefore, exercise is not an option if you want to be healthy, and it's definitely not an option if you want to be optimally healthy. Exercise is essential to life, like oxygen is essential to life. And when you're eating, eat for the future, for your future self. I know we have these taste buds in our mouth, and I know we have these desires and these different I don't even know what to call it, really. Why would we eat consistently bad? I don't, other than habit, other than learned behavior, other than just a lack of knowledge. And I'm here to bring the knowledge to you. You know, when you eat constant fast food, it's fast food. It's not real food. If it's not grown in the ground, if it's not properly nourished by the soils, by the nitrogen, carbon, and the other elements that's in the soil, it's not getting to the tissues properly, and it's not creating good, healthy tissues, cells, tissues, and organ systems. So I'm going to sign off right now because I'm getting long-winded and I'm getting stuck. But I just want to leave you with a tidbit of understanding how hemoglobin works and what it is, understanding how glycosylated hemoglobin, A1C, and how your fasting blood glucose and your postprandial glucose can give you an indication of how healthy you truly are. All right? More questions? Hit me up. Peace.